Happy New Year, champions. It is my hope that each of you has had a great break, had an opportunity to rejuvenate and refresh, reconnect with your loved ones, and really refocus in on your why, and that is your family and your loved ones. So I am really excited to welcome you all back. We have had much success in the first half of the school year, and I'm really excited to see what 2018 has to offer for us. As we enter into January, it is my hope that we will continue our collaboration, our positive spirit, and definitely our implementation of our curriculum frameworks, and really being very intentional about data and doing whatever it takes to ensure that each of our champions receive the most quality education possible. Um, our school contains a lot of talented professional educators, and I am even more excited to see what you all will be able to do, having this time to kind of relax and refocus and really get yourself, back into the swing of things as we go into our second half of the school year. There are a few expectations and enhancements that I will be making as we journey into 2018. So please indulge me as I go over those through this video. We will not have our staff meeting tomorrow. Our staff meeting will be next Tuesday on the 9th. So please make that adjustment. We are just getting back into the swing of things. So we are not going to meet tomorrow for our staff meeting. This week, collaborative planning will be a little bit different. We are working with our data journey, and so this week we will be beginning our the data-wise process, in which we will be really looking at step 2 and moving into step 3. And so collaborative planning for primary and intermediate, of course, because this is a B week, will be facilitated by the leadership team, but we will be very intentional about the work that we're going to be doing, because the work this week in collaborative planning will lead us into the work that we will do in our staff meeting next Tuesday. Our focus for the FFT Focus for January will remain as 3C. However, we will be implementing or adding 1E into that, and so 1E is designing coherent instruction, because in our last learning walk, we noticed that there is a disconnect often with what our teachers are planning and what they are implementing, and so 1E and 3C coincide with one another and they connect. And so we will be really providing feedback, the leadership team and myself providing feedback through informal observations of 1E and 3C. So that will mean that we will be looking at your lesson plans. So please make sure your lesson plans are out, they're labeled, if they're in a binder, if they're somewhere on your wall, on your desk, please make sure that they're somewhere where we can access them without interrupting your instruction. We will also be taking pictures of lesson plans, really to give some exemplar models for people that may be an area of growth for them. And so just kind of be mindful and be prepared for that. Please also understand that your lesson plans should include some instructional notes. So what I have noticed through the formal observation process is that a lot of teachers are simply uploading, when it comes to a formal observation, uploading the curriculum framework as the lesson plan. The curriculum framework is just that, a framework. You as a teacher needs to be making instructional notes to that, to the framework, doing your own planning, because a lot of times the language that is in the curriculum framework does not meet the needs of our students. And so I would definitely be looking at your lesson plan and looking for those instructional notes. I'll be looking for the questions that you are embedding into your lesson plan and then into your instruction, and I will be listening out for those in the actual observation, both informal and formal observation. Also, we really want you to make sure that you are including the unit cycle and day within your lesson plans as well as somewhere in your room. And so what we are finding is that when we're coming into classrooms, particularly for reading, we're not sure where teachers are. Yes, we sit in collaborative plannings and facilitate the collaborative plannings, but sometimes your pacing is off. And so having it somewhere in your room where it indicates what unit, what cycle and day you are on helps us when it comes to asking questions about your lesson plan as well as pacing. Another thing that I want to talk about is bulletin board expectations. I have attached it to this at a glance video. I believe some people may not have been looking at the bulletin board expectations memo because I have been seeing a lot of bulletin boards that are lacking rigor, that are lacking student feedback or feedback to the students. They may not have standards. It's not tied to anything instructionally within their classroom. And so please understand that the bulletin boards outside of your classroom really gives the parents, other teachers, other students, other specialists in the building an opportunity to see what's going on inside of your classroom. And so I will definitely be being a little bit more intentional about looking at your bulletin boards when they are to be changed the first Friday of every month. And the topics or themes that were on the bulletin board expectations memo are just suggestions and recommendations. They are not mandates, so you do have the option to change it and to put anything that you want up on your bulletin boards. However, we really want to make sure that it's instructionally focused. There is feedback to the students. There is a rubric as well on there, so we understand how students are being graded on that work, as well as standards and objectives. So really, we really want to be more intentional about the work that we're displaying outside of our classrooms. The other few things are just kind of reminders, things that I want to, as we start a new year, and then the second half of the school year, we really want to kind of draw your attention back to some things that we touched on in the beginning of the school year and may have gotten a little relaxed around as we moved into the school year towards this point. Please remember that your duty day is 7:30 to 3 o'clock. Again, your duty day is 7:30 to 3 o'clock. I do not press you out and kind of lead with the iron fist on the 7:30 arrival time. However, I am expecting everyone to be here by 7:45 a.m. every single day. If you are not here by 7:45, please make sure you are calling me to let me know. Because there has been, for example, we've had numerous of parents who have came to the office to voice their concerns about teachers not being at their doors, when the students arrive, not being in their classroom, when students arrive, or maybe not even being here, or just questioning my staff and if they're able to come to work on time. And we definitely don't want that to be something that parents are having a major concern about. So again, please, I'm asking you once again, I feel like I'm kind of a broken record on it, but please make sure you are calling if you are not going to be here at the building by 7:45 a.m. Again, you have that leeway between 7:30 to 7:45 because again, as I have stated, so many things happen in the morning that are out of our control. So please make sure you are really communicating with me. Each of you have my cell phone number. Please make sure you are giving me a call and letting me know that you will be running late. Again, and also your duty day is over at 3 o'clock. I have been seeing a lot of you kind of trickle out before 3 o'clock. Please understand that contractually you are to be at the building until 3 o'clock unless you and I have had a conversation otherwise about an appointment that you may have, or you have been given permission to go ahead and leave early, or if I said that the entire building can leave early. The other thing that I want to address is please make sure you are attending all of the collaborative plannings and the staff meetings on time. That time is sacred. It is not enough time For collaborative planning, when it's facilitated by the leadership team, it is only an hour, and really not so, because you do have to still go take your students to the specialist as well as pick them up. And so we're sometimes working with 50 minutes, and our staff meetings are not long as well. So please make sure that you are arriving on time so that we are able to get the work that needs to be done, and really engage in that together. Please also be mindful of your sick and personal leave balances. Again, all personal leaves requests must be submitted at least 24 hours in advance for approval. Please make sure you are also following all leave procedures when submitting your leave. We've had a lot of people that will submit their leave after the day is over, or will submit leave but may not have leave in their accrual. And so then you then become on a leave without pay status. So please make sure you are checking Oracle. If you go under Oracle and you go under leave balances, it lets you know how much leave you have in personal and in sick. Please do not focus on pending leave, because it is just that, pending. And so you really want to focus on the leave that you have already accrued. That is all for right now. We will talk a little bit more in our staff meeting next week. Again, I really hope that everyone had a opportunity over the break to relax and rejuvenate and really get excited, because the students are waiting for us. You know that they'll be excited to see us tomorrow. And yes, I will be excited to see you all as well. Have a great day.